Hello, my name is Ray Salazar, and this is Morning Real.
Hello and good morning.
And this is Morning Real, a podcast where I review films of all kinds, from all nationalities, from all kinds of genders, whether they're non-binary or binary. Today is a special day.
Hubby, we just watched Cocaine Bear.
On a Friday morning. Right now we're in the car, driving back home, and it's raining, so you'll hear the sound of the windshield wipers. Either way, Cocaine Bear, pretty cool. It's very graphic. Pedro, if you're listening, this is a movie that you should watch because it is graphic. But I'm assuming you're going to watch either way because, it's Cocaine Bear.
It came out today, February 24th, 2023, and directed and co-produced by Elizabeth Banks. It's based on a true story on this bear that allegedly, or apparently, overdosed on cocaine somewhere in Georgia or Kentucky.
I'm pretty impressed at the fact that, at the direction that Elizabeth Banks took this film. She made it appealing for all kinds of adult audience. I'm pretty sure some teenagers are going to want to see this film because, hey man, look at where we are today. All kinds of information that can be shown with just a click. And as times go by, the desensitization of violence and drugs, it's just gonna be normalized, man. And that's just the way it goes. Either way, you got kids cursing in this film. You got kids doing drugs in this film, and that's crazy, man. Look how far we've come with films, and especially how we put children in films in the situations that they pretend to be in because, it's all fiction, right?
So this movie was very, very, very graphic and funny, and I usually try really hard not to fall asleep depending on how much sleep I got that night. But no, I was fully alert, and it's the morning. I even closed my eyes for a second there because this bear is just, he's high on coke. It kind of reminds me of the Harold and Kumar movie where that baby gets high and everyone's like, what the fuck? Except it's better.
I love the fact that they put a lot of realism into this film. And a lot of these thrillers and comedies, everything's supposed to be this film's a little bit exaggerated, so it fits the bill as far as comedy and a thriller, but they don't go ridiculous about it. And when you see a bear maul a human being in all kinds of ways, it's never pretty. You just imagine that. I hope that never happens to me. Pretty simple plot. These drug leaders are trying to get this money back, and then just the circumstance of events where people get lost. Rangers are trying to find out what the scoop is, and at the same time you got this bear who's just hopped up on cocaine and all of a sudden developed a habit at the same time. I gotta say the script is pretty good, because for a movie that's an hour and 30 minutes, I felt like it was a little hard for this film to kind of stay fluid with the action sequences and the dramatic sequences and just stuff that fills the gap in these type of films, and it kind of struggled a little bit. Either way, pretty solid all the way through because as predictable as it can be sometimes, I feel very comfortable to see the ramp up happening. I feel comfortable when they use certain sound effects or certain parts of music where the suspense builds up. So the music builds up and it gets louder, it gets more dynamically strong, and then boom, it just lays it out you, and it's fun.
There was a lot of really good shots in this film. For example, the shot that was looking up at the guy that got his leg bit off by this bear, and there was some really good wide shots too where you would just see the bear come out of nowhere and run up a tree and then go down really fast. That was actually a really good shot. I don't really want to spoil this movie too much, although I already kind of pretty much did, but just want to say do not take a child to watch this movie.
You get to see Ray Liotta on one of his last films, if not his last film, and even at that age and what he was going through prior to his passing, rest in peace, he did a pretty good job playing a villainous character. He's not necessarily a villain, but he does play an antagonist throughout the whole film. And he's a fucking asshole, man. Like, straight the hell up. Like, he's an asshole dad, But he brings that asshole dad pretty good, especially in situations of, like, retrieving coke from a dangerous bear in the middle of the night. So shout out to him. Shout out to Elizabeth Banks. Did a pretty good job. She knows how to, make people feel a bit uncomfortable when it comes to, like, horror sequences. Good job on that. Overall, I give this film 3 out of 4 tokes. Because you know me, I'm very critical about crap. And as critical as I am about this movie, it just does work. And it's going to make so much bank over this weekend. Guaranteed. Follow me on Morning Shot Films, IG and YouTube. Follow, rate, and review this podcast called Morning Reel. Until the next one, thank you.